What is your favorite cheap lunch to take to work? Every Sunday I make a big pot of soup. I love soup. It's stupid easy to make, and it can be kept frozen in the freezer for months with no problem. I try to mix it up with different soups, chicken noodle, lentil soup, and amp. Pasta fagioli are my favorites. I take a Tupperware container of it to work and amp. I usually throw in either a piece of fruit or granola bar of some sort too. My girlfriend just started making me salads in a mason jar. Put all the chicken and cucumbers and tomatoes on the bottom marinating in the dressing. Then put a layer of spring greens. Then on top put a layer of croutons. If you keep it upright and don't shake it too much before you eat it, you should have a nice crisp salad. Cost is around $2.03 a day and is very simple, cheap, healthy, and delicious. I have seen this on Pinterest and I want to try it. Okay, so I used to make these black bean burgers that are really dope. I would make up a big batch of them and eat them all week in different ways. You smash up a can of black beans and a can of garbanzo beans, or 2 cans of whatever bean you want, with an egg, and a couple tablespoons of flour, till it's approximately the consistency of hamburger meat. Then, you mix in whatever spices, usually I'll do cumin, chili powder, crushed garlic, salt, pepper. Then you can do whatever you want with this mixture. Pan fry it or bake it to make it into patties. Fry up crumbles and put it over salad, rice, or in a tortilla. Good, cheap, all-purpose protein if you're vegetarian or sick of chicken. Brown rice, black beans, corn, hot sauce. Can mix the rice, beans and corn all together at once. Separate into portions, and you'll be good for the week. Oh my god, yes. I like using Spanish rice mix as a base and adding hot sauce, salsa, and chopped ground meat when available. White rice and chicken. Sounds plain if you're a crappy cook. Find different ways to cook chicken. Bake, grilled, fry it, boil it. Add spices randomly until you find something you like. For rice, here's my sweet recipe. 1 cup of white rice, 1.5 cups of water, olive oil, salt, garlic powder. Wash white rice, add to pot, add water, tablespoon of olive oil, some salt and garlic powder. Stir, cover and cook under low-medium heat. If your stove is numbered, 3 works best. About 10-15 minutes, water should have steamed off. My lunches usually as a pork cubicle slave are Greek yogurt and banana, toast with cheese x1 and smoked turkey meat x1 and banana, nuts and banana, grilled chicken with rice, veg and banana, omelette wrapped in an Arabic pita and banana, apples and pear x1 and banana. I sound boring, aren't I? Sounds like you really like bananas. I just commented a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Breakfast burritos. Though, I eat mine in the middle of the day and they can be filled with whatever you want. Every week, I make enough for my boyfriend and myself to take 2 per day, to work. I put spicy turkey sausage, a jalapeno, onion, half a red pepper, some squash in a pot and brown everything. I add 3-4 eggs and scramble them into the mixture. Roll them into whatever tortilla you want and with either foil or cling wrap. Roll them up and put into a freezer bag. Pull them out. Put them in the microwave for 4 minutes. Pour Cholula on them. Bam. For my boyfriend, I caramelize 2 onions. Set them aside. I take a few slices of cheap bacon, the fattier, the batter, and cook the pieces until they are crispy and all the bacon fat, well, most of it, is in the pan. I take 2 cans of pinto beans, dash of cumin, garlic powder, pepper and mash away until they are creamy and delicious. I also scramble a few eggs for him as well. I smear the beans after they've cooled onto a tortilla. Add the caramelized onions, eggs and then grate some cheese on there. I realize it's a lot of work but they are pretty dang good and they aren't just a can of black beans, diced tomatoes and white rice. I'm sorry but gross. A little container of garlic powder or cumin can go a long way. Buy in bulk. Freeze whatever you can and try to incorporate produce instead of having your meals consist of nothing but pizza or meat. This comment has been overwritten for privacy reasons. Tomato sandwiches. Mayo bread, tomato, salt, pepper. Peanut butter sandwiches. Clean. Add jelly, fluff, Nutella, banana. Just eat peanut butter right out the jar like a savage. Oatmeal. Soup. Greek yogurt. Ghetto grilled cheese. done in the toaster at work. These are the staples I try to keep at my desk at work. Cheap, filling, and a lot of possibilities. I can't have peanut butter at home anymore because of .3. Get a crock pot. They're like $20 and well worth it. Every Sunday I throw 5 pounds of chicken breast, $10 or so, into the crock pot with water just covering the meat. Cook on low for 6-8 hours. Pull meat out, shred it, add seasoning, BBQ, sriracha, whatever. Throw into Tupperware containers. You now have lunch for on Friday for $10. Note, I eat a lot, so 1 pound of chicken, pre-cooked weight, is my regular lunch. Most may not even need that much chicken, or can divide it up into more than 5 meals. Try cooking it with some onions and chicken broth instead of just with water. Meat absorbs flavor as it cooks, so not seasoning in the beginning can make chicken bland. Onion and chicken broth pretty much taste well with whatever post seasonings you might want to do with your chicken, but it will make a huge difference. I made pasta on Sunday, a whole box and a whole jar with some diced up Italian sausage, portioned into Tupperware containers. I've had pasta every day this week for lunch. Delicious, easy, and filling. I'm usually still full by the time I get home after work. I do this a lot, but with chicken breasts, lightly seasoned and marinated in Italian dressing. Buy the biggest roast you can fit into a crock pot. Bake some veggies in the oven and you've got sandwiches for at least a week. Mix and match flavors. Not as cheap as some, but nutritious and tasty. Note, when I say a week, I don't mean just refrigerate, freeze. When you work out how many servings you get from it, it's still dang cheap. Couscous, Tom's, cucumber, lettuce, chicken, sweet corn, wraps, spring onion, mayo, bung all that together. Cost about 7 quid. Does you 5 days. Cheap as mate. I have no idea what this means. Haha. If you want a change of pace other than sandwiches, pasta is really cheap and cooks a ton. Make a big batch and store leftovers in the fridge. I'm sure this will get buried, but I'm bored, so here. Potato salad with meat in it, ground sausage, beef, lamb, etc. Lasts for days and you don't have to heat it up or anything. Chicken salad, make it as a sandwich or eat it plain. Cup o' noodles, I keep a bunch in my drawer when I'm in a pinch. I also keep teriyaki. You can get fancy and throw some spinach or egg in there, too. Spaghetti and meat sauce. Leftover spaghetti is actually better. I make extra noodles and the next day you take the cold noodles and sauce and saute it together and dice the noodles. Add some parmesan and red pepper flakes. It heats up well and you can eat it all week. Pasta salad, bean salad, chips and salsa. As others have suggested, slow cooking a few chicken breasts and shredding it makes nachos, burritos, tacos, sandwiches, chicken salad, etc. Make a pot roast, shoulder, potatoes, carrots, onion covered in water with maybe a little wine or dry French onion soup mix in the slow cooker and just heat it up at work. Any soups. I really like homemade split pea soup, stews, or tomato. Go to the deli and get a pound of your favorite cured meat, pepperoni, salami, prosciutto, etc. and your favorite cheese, Swiss, provolone, cheddar, etc. and just eat that crap with bread and or Triscuits. You can also get a jar of pesto to keep at your desk. Keeps very well. To add to it, NC style pork BBQ. Buy it if you're in NC, or you can get a shoulder and smoke it or bake it until it falls apart and season it with vinegar and red pepper. White rice with pretty much any meat. Get ground meat so it heats up easier in the microwave. Add butter, saffron to enhance it. Shepherd's pie is something you can make that can last all week for cheap. Hummus once you buy the tahini is extremely cheap and you can eat it with a number of things. Make chili. It's freezable, cheap, and very filling. I make a large batch and freeze individual portions for later. It reheats well and can be thrown in a thermos. I go to Kroger's and get 3 frozen pizzas for $10. I bake one in the evening and bring 2-3 slices into work and microwave them for lunch. I'll do the math real fast. That's about $3.33 per pizza. Each pizza contains 8 slices, so that's about 0.42 cents per slice. So that makes my lunch cost around 0.84 cents to $1.26. If I do this 5 days a week, that means I would be spending $4.20 to $6.30 per work week on lunches. I'm down for pizza lunch every day in a week because pizza is the crap, and that's some cheap meals right there. You poor soul. I will spend about $20 on Sunday and make a casserole that I can eat off of all week for lunch. You just need a meat, frozen veggies, and instant brown rice. You can make it for less than $20, but that's how much it takes more me to be satisfied at lunch and still have enough to last through the week. This week I made something that's kind of like chili, but with a few substitutions. Into a giant pot I mixed about 3 pounds of ground turkey, a dozen eggs, a can of tomato sauce, and few bags of assorted frozen vegetables. I got an Asian stir-fry mix that's green beans, peppers, onions, water chestnuts, and broccoli. Add cumin, oregano, cinnamon, and chili powder to taste. Pretty minimal work. Just stir the pot occasionally to make sure nothing burns. Makes quite a few very filling, fairly cheap lunches. I fail to see how this remotely resembles chili, aside from having chili powder in it. Grilled chicken, hoagie, mozzarella and BBQ sauce. Onions optional. Tastes great. Stays as good in a bag as when you first made it. Is a real lunch, and you can get it all for astoundingly cheap at Trader Joe's. Grill a bunch of the chicken all at once. Throw it in your fridge, and in the morning all you have to do is put the ingredients together. Easy as heck. Bonus points if your work has some kind of toaster oven, you can pop that bad boy in. I wish I had access to a Trader Joe's. Just as a heads up to everyone, pasta spoils very, very quickly and builds up a lot of bacteria, fungus. Also, it tastes way better freshly made, so be careful. I make 10 breakfast burritos with eggs, mushrooms, peppers, onions, ham, spinach, tomatoes and cheese every Sunday. Freeze them and that will last me 2 weeks at work for food. Good eats for 2 weeks. Turkey slices, peeled cucumber, cheese, if I can afford it, and spicy hummus on rice cakes. Make it the night before and the cakes are soft like bread by lunchtime the next day. I like to make a pot of chili or make some cornbread casserole. Brown a couple of pounds of hamburger meat, season to taste, with a diced medium yellow onion. Drain and put in a 9x13 cake pan and mix with 2 cans of ranch style or chili beans, 1 large can of drained diced tomatoes and a can of green chilies. Cover with cornbread mix and bake at 350 for a half hour or so. I work at A&W, so I just take 2 pieces of bread from home, 1 slice of deli meat, and put on all the fixings at work for free. They don't charge you for onions, pickles, mustard and such, so I eat lunch for under 50 cents. Pork carnitas in the slow cooker. Add a little bit of oregano, salt, pepper, and cumin to olive oil. Lightly coat the pork chops. Take a meat tenderizer and pound the oil seasonings into the meat to help infuse the awesome. Cut up an onion and pepper of your choosing. You can go with a bell pepper or a hotter one, your choice. You can add about a half cup of water as well. Put that on low, and let that bad boy cook for 8 hours. You now have shredded deliciousness. You can make them into a burrito, carnitas bowl with some greens, taco filling. Serve with rice and beans, your choice. I like mine as a bowl with some chipotle salsa and some guac for healthy fat and a bit of heat. 1 cup brown rice, 1 cup quinoa, 4 cups water. Cook for about 30 minutes until water is absorbed. 1 can black beans, drained and rinsed. 1 can refried beans. 1 can stewed or diced tomatoes, drained, tip. Open tomatoes and drain into a measuring cup. Use liquid as part of the water for the rice. Onion or scallions, diced. 1 pkg frozen veg, any kind. Experiment, add to the container uncooked. When you reheat at work the veggies cook. Hot sauce or sriracha, plain yogurt, low-fat replacements for sour cream, tortilla chips, broken up and sprinkled on top. Mix the first 7 ingredients together and portion out into lunch-size containers. Chips in a baggie, yogurt in a separate container to be dolloped on top of heated lunch. The beans and quinoa provide all the protein you need. It's got lots of texture, creamy and crunchy, veggies, good for you, and super filling. Peanut butter and bologna sandwich, sometimes with chips in the middle. I know it's super weird, Not even sure how it started in my family, but it was a staple in our school lunches and I find it delicious. I'll take it to work occasionally even now. You disgust me. Chicken, broccoli, sweet potatoes, an egg, and some fresh cut celery every day. I call it the bro diet. Combine that diet with some lifting and you get some heavy gains. My lunch is whatever I had for dinner the night before. Let's say I'm making chicken with veggies. I'll throw in some extra veggies and make a potato so I have enough food for two. Avocado and cucumber sandwiches. On the weeks avocados are on sale. Whole grain bread with just a little sea salt and pepper and you're full the rest of the day. When I worked at the office I loved sandwiches. Something about how a slice of processed cheese and how 5 hours at room temperature turned an ordinary sandwich into a masterpiece. Deli meats, lettuce, mayo, mustard and a slice of processed cheese. Chicken soup. Walmart sells rotisserie chicken that isn't sold and put in the depart cooler for like $4. I boil it, take all the meat off the bone, saute some onions, carrots and celery, then you can add egg noodles or rice. I usually add brown rice to the broth and cook it right in there. Gives it great flavor. Filling. You get a ton. I typically get 4 QTS. And freezes well. I have a desk job, so I keep peanut butter, jelly, and bread under my desk. It's cheap, easy, and relatively nutritious, like your mom. Broatmeal. Microwave half a cup of oatmeal and water, a tablespoon of extra crunchy peanut butter, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, honey to taste, and a chopped up medium-sized banana. Turkey sandwich. Put veggies in separate bag to prevent sogginess of bread. Get deli turkey, smoked, mesquite, baked, whatever you like. Then get your favorite cheese. Mine is a nice sharp cheddar. Then grab yourself some jalapeno mustard. This is the best. Then lettuce, tomato, cucumber, onion, and sliced jalapenos. Use high fiber bread. Delicious. Turkey sandwich. Loaf of decent bread. $3. Good for 2 weeks. 1 pound of turkey. $5. Dijon mustard. $3. Good for quite a while. 6-pack 1-ounce Doritos. $2. Lunch for a week equals under $9. 1. Go to grocery store. Walmart, Tom Thumb, and Target are good. 1. Buy a pack of tortillas. $1 to $2. 1. Buy a bag of shredded cheese. $2 to $3. 1. Buy a package of your favorite meat. 2-4 pounds should be good. You can typically find beef or pork for stewing the manager's special section. $7 to $11. 1. On the weekend, cook the meat and portion it out into 5 microwave safe containers and put those in the fridge. 1. Each morning, grab a container of meat, put a handful of shredded cheese on there, and a tortilla, and anything else you want, like a piece of candy, on top. 1. For lunch, take out the tortilla, and any other stuff on top, and microwave the rest for 1 minute. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.